Hi everyone, we are now entering week 6. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving and a great long weekend. So for this week, the readings are around community advocacy again. But after this week's readings, you should be able to describe and talk about the theory of collective efficacy and also apply technological skills for community practice, including the use of social media. So there's quite a few different kinds of definitions of social capital in the reading this week, as well as collective efficacy, as well as social norms. Um, there are varying definitions depending on the author, so you'll get a wide kind of variety of the different ways that those terms can be described and talked about. Um, Social capital is essentially the set of resources that inheres in family relations and in community social organization, and they're just useful in the development of individuals, but specifically children. And social capital can also be looked at as the norms that facilitate collective action. It's really the key variable in some of the theories that are the link between neighborhood characteristics, crime, and disorder. So you'll be reading about that this week. We have one discussion question this week, and assignment 3 is due as well by Sunday. So I'm going to go over that for a little bit. First, for the discussion question, you're going to be talking about or writing about social media, which is increasingly a really important tool for advocacy work. So after you complete the readings, particularly the one on using social media for advocacy, there's 3 components to your post this week. So I want you to describe an advocacy or community social problem or situation that you've been a part of that involved social media. Or if there hasn't been one that you've been a part of, then maybe one you've heard about or read about. I want you to describe the strengths of using social media in that example. And then I want you to answer, could social media have been used more effectively? And if so, then how? For the response post, I'd like you to respond to at least 2 classmates who have not yet had responses, to discuss the similarities and differences that you see between your experience and those of your classmates or peers. How was social media used differently from what they described? And how could social media have been used more effectively in the example that they provided? Great. And as you know, your initial post is due by Thursday night, and then the response post will be due by Sunday night. Okay, so for part 2 of the assignment, let me jump to it real quick. So again, there's going to be 3 components, and you can use the headings that are provided in the description, which are right here. So you and your dyad partner are going to be developing a logical plan to deal with the community's problems that you've been talking about. And the plan has 3 components. So it has the community summary, the literature review, and the community intervention plan. The community summary should essentially be a very brief, not more than half a page summary of the problem that you're targeting, and it's essentially an abstract of what you presented in your needs analysis in part 1. Then I'd like you to have a literature review as part of this assignment with no fewer than 10 references. You're going to be discussing the types of interventions that are used in other communities to deal with similar or the same problems. And you can use up to 3 of the course readings, but then you'll need to find at least 7 new references. And then the community intervention plan piece is where you're really going to be providing the description of your plan to address the problem. You should include a theoretical model that guides your plan. So go back to the material from weeks 3, 4, and also this week in 6, and then describe at least 5 specific advocacy or organizing activities that actually comprise that intervention. At least 2 of the 5 activities should be targeted at the media or local and state politicians or powerful interests in the community. And this includes a plan to write a press release, a letter to the editor of a local paper, or brief to a politician or other powerful interest. This paper is 5 to 7 pages, and then please remember to review the rubric as you're working on this assignment. If you have questions throughout the week, please get in touch with me about that. And then I have 2 final announcements. So just a reminder that next week, the assignment 4 is due, which is our last week of courses. And then we have a course evaluation survey for you to fill out. I really do want to hear from you, so please take a few minutes to fill this out. It is completely anonymous. I will not be able to see who wrote what, neither will any of the other teachers that you have. All the data that is collected is confidential, but the survey will help us guide the course for next semester. I know some of you have emailed me with some suggestions and feedback in the midterm evaluation as well, and I promise that that feedback will be taken into consideration. So I really appreciate that. Great, I think that's it for this week. I look forward to talking to you all soon, and I will be updating grades as well for the last discussion, and I'm looking forward to reading the next set of papers. Talk to you soon.